So we do have a majority, and our TCC president for the next year is Mr. Brian Ridley. Now you're really going to need that hair dye.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Whew. Thank you for the support from all of you, chiefs, delegates, elders, our traditional chief. The support has been incredible. Really humbling to be up here in front of you. You know, we've talked a lot about unity, and I just want you guys to know I work for all of you, not just part of you. And so going forward, I'll do my best to work for all of you. I'll try to reach out as best I can, but by all means, reach out to me, especially if you want me and the team to come out to your village. I hope that COVID will keep going down and we can come back out to the villages again and meet one-on-one with you guys to find out your priorities. So, you know, thanks again, Masi Cho. I really, really appreciate it. I really care for this organization and all of our people, and just thank you.
Thank you, President Ridley. At this time, can we ask the executive board members to come up for the presentation of the outgoing executive board members and the incoming? And we'd like to ask our elder advisor, Peter Domosky, to join us. And I'm not sure if Alex Hanna is still in the room as our youth advisor. If you could please join us on stage. And while they're coming up, just maybe we could give another round of applause to the auditors. The auditors have been working pretty hard for us today, and Pat McCarty has chaired just about every committee that we've asked of him. So thank you, Pat, for all of your work as well. Alex, can we have you come up on stage, please, and help with the presentation? Okay. So the first person that we would really like to thank for all of his many years of service to the executive board is Chief Frank Thompson of Evansville. Frank was the sub-regional chair when I first got involved in TCC as a delegate, and I've always considered him a personal friend. And I remember the first time when I walked into that room, because I was president of FNA at the time, and you know, it's all Upper Tanana or Yukon Tanana villages, and he looked at me kind of funny, and I introduced myself and he's like, gee, we have a Gwich'in mole in here now. And I just buzzed. It made me laugh so hard, but they really embraced me. And I always think about the Yukon Tanana subregion for all of the just camaraderie and the way that they work together. It really inspired me, and it's so much in thanks to you, Frank, and your leadership. And just really want to know on behalf of TCC, we appreciate you so much. You're an amazing man and chief and leader, so thank you. With that, we have some gifts we'd like to present to you.
Charlene, could we also present gifts at the same time?
He's pretty tall.
Wrap him up a little bit.
You gotta grab the middle or it's gonna be dragging. There we go.
Frank, before you.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh.
Oh, it's a beautiful necklace.
Okay, and before we turn the mic over to Frank, we'd like to ask anyone from the subregion if they would like to also come up and say a few words or present with gifts.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the Tanana tribe, we would like to present Frank with a chief necklace made by Jeanette Walker.
Uh, Thank you, Frank, for your many years of serving on the executive board. And like I told you in the sub-region, you're only going to Evansville, so we know that you're not going to go very far. But on behalf of Tanana, we just really appreciate your leadership and everything that you did for all of us. And just know that we're not gonna. We're still going to work together as tribes, but I just really hope you know that we really appreciate everything and all the years that you selflessly gave yourself to helping all of us for our region.
Thank you.
When I got elected to the executive board, Frank was already a part of the executive board. So this did him trying to take me under his wing and show me how things function. I gained more than just a friend. When I talk to Frank now and when I'm closing our conversation, I say, I'll talk to you later, brother. And, he's a very young, intelligent man. I know he's only going to Evansville, but I really honor why he's doing it and why he's stepping down this year is to go home to take care of his people. That's the kind of person I'm referring to here. And it's going to be hard to be in the room without him. Thank you, Frank, for your service.
So I don't know, almost oldest executive board member on our team here, and I was there when Frank walked in the door. And man, his first words were, he's working for his people, and he worked for his people. And just his leadership on that board and sitting across the table from you, or trying to steal your chair, or you're stealing my chair. I still had the honor, to know how powerful you are and the words that you guided our executive board is going to be deeply missed. And I know for a fact that, as a leader, you're still a leader of your community, going back to your community to serve your community. And you're always going to have that heart of your people. So again, Frank, I'm surely going to miss you. And yeah, thank you.
And we also, besides the executive board, we have Chief James on the line. So at any time, Chief James, if you want to give some comments, just please let us know. Thank you, Frank.
I do.
Okay, please go ahead.
Thank you very much, Masito, for your years of service. I will miss you on the budget and audit. You have given us, I know for myself, you have given us really a leading, and I think the budget with the e-board and the Tanana Chiefs shows what a good report with the behind the staff. And you're not leaving us. You're just going to make time to be closer to your tribe. And I know that you will come back. We need people like you. So thank you for your years of service, and I hope to see you there. And Eugene, I didn't know you were our elder. I always considered myself an elder on the e-board. You're just a young man, a young leader.
I did it again, Nancy. I'm sorry.
Masi Cho, thank you.
Can I jump in there?
Yes, go ahead.
I'm just the new guy up here, but as they said on the Budget and Audit Committee, I work on that committee for years with Frank, and we will miss your leadership on the board truly. I want to give a real long speech because I know that blanket's getting hot too. No, thank you for your years of service to all of our region. Thank you very much.
I've only been here 1 year, but I've got to witness Frank and his great leadership, and his people are really lucky to have him. And we hope that we can get you back again one of these days, Frank. I honor you. Good person, good leader. Thank you.
Yeah, like Charlie, I've only been here for 1 year, and during our meetings, I look forward to Frank's input because he had a way with words, and in my mind, I always thought of him as like the lawyer for the e-board because he's very smart and he presents very well, and we're gonna miss him. I'll say thanks for your service.
Blanket falling off. Getting hot too. I'm sliding down from sweat. Okay. Wow. How do you reply to that? You know, I cherish all of you guys that served with me and the ones that were before. You know, I came to convention 7 years ago, not even expecting to be on the executive board. Came as a delegate and left as a executive board representative. And during that time, as a veteran, and I know I'm still leaving the executive board with a couple veterans on it anyway, with Elder Advisor Peter Demosky, Nancy James. You know, I always applied my military grounding into all the decisions that I made with all of my colleagues. Never took anything lightly. Tried to make the best informed decision, as they all do. And I want you guys to know that when it does come to these difficult, complex issues that we deal with, we go through everything very thoroughly. And I appreciate all of their input. And we try to make the best informed decision that we can for the whole region. You know, in the national spotlight when we were able to travel, for the veterans in our region, I know that Peter has your back. I always had your back. Nancy did. And with that, there's nothing better. Do what is right. Caring, sharing, and trust were a lot of the values for my first unit in the military. That was a 5th Infantry Division. And so like I said, I applied that to all the decisions that I made and tried to do the best job I could for our whole entire region. So with this, you know, not really on the receiving end of stuff like this. So that's pretty new for me anyway. So thank you, and I'm humbled. Thank you.
All right, thank you. At this time, we'd like to acknowledge the incoming Yukon Tanana Executive Board member, Miss Lori Baker. If you could please come up. Let's give Lori a hand.
Well, thank you. Being here at meetings and being with all of you, I'm still learning, and all the good advice that each of you have. And to all of you, our people, thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to give her a little piece of advice that me and Frank learned the hard way. We were at a meeting one time and neither of us had our necklaces on because we just got there, and Curtis Summer of Tanana looked at Frank and he said, I didn't know today was a casual day. Boy, we just got embarrassed, just pulled out our necklaces real fast. All right, we'll turn the mic over to Tanana.
On behalf of the Tanana tribe, we have a Chief's necklace for Lori.
Welcome to all the hard work, Laurie. We know you'll do good on behalf of our sub-region and the whole entire region. And we just look forward to your leadership abilities. And thank you to everybody who ran for different seats. You know, it's not, it's really important, you know, that we always have people running for these positions. And so I congratulate the people who are getting on the board, and make sure you keep your young people always interested in being involved with our company here, our tribes. And we just appreciate, you know, all of you guys for everything you guys do for us.
Thank you. Okay. Next, we'd like to acknowledge the Yukon Flats Executive Board member. She is renewing her term. That's Chief Nancy James. Chief, are you with us?
Yes.
Okay, so our board would like to acknowledge your leadership as well and your contributions over the many, many years. And at this time, we'd like to ask Second Chief of Gwich'ajah, Mike Peterup, to accept our gifts to you on behalf of TCC. Chief, we have a nice Pendleton blanket here for you and a Chief's necklace that Mike is going to accept, and we'll get it to you as soon as we can.
I'll put it on her personally when I see her. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, those blankets. So one of the other little legacies that I guess I could lay some claim to is that I encouraged TCC to start buying the 8th generation blankets. Nothing against Pendleton, but those are native made, native designed. So we want to support our native artists. So just want to acknowledge that. And that's a Doyon special edition, I believe. Yes, Chief James. Yes, go ahead.
I'd like to thank the whole Tanana Chiefs region it's not me or I, it's we. We have come a long way, but first of all, I have a very humble experience. And I would like to recognize my Yukon Flats sub-regional chiefs that humbly and set me back, knowing where we are going. And I know that that path that has been laid before us, that it needs to be led to walk on that path as a whole region. And I will continue to be a voice for the whole region for Tanana Chiefs. But I have a really humble experience for my chiefs in the Yukon Flats, Masicho. Thank you. And I also like to say welcome and recognize our traditional chief, Tremble. Thank you for the wisdom. Thank you for my chief, Steve Guinness. And also I'd like to thank Brian for stepping forward as a young man taking on that responsibility. May you know that we are there to support and to help you. All you have to do is ask. And the people and the chiefs, the whole region have shown their support. And we have an opportunity and a challenge to move forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Nancy. So at this time, we're going to recognize Charlene Stern as our outgoing vice president. Rhonda, go ahead.
Hi, this is Rhonda Pitka, Chief of the Village of Beaver. I'd like to thank Chief Nancy James for her years of service to the Yukon Flats region. She's dedicated her whole life to service to her tribe and her region, and not only our region, but the whole region. I asked for unanimous support of her in our e-board meeting, and I meant it. I want her to be on the ground during this transition. She's led this region and the Yukon Flats ably and capably for many, many years. And we all stand behind her leadership at this time. Thank you.
Thank you, Rhonda. So I want to take a second here and thank Charlene for all of her hard work. She's been great. She's taken us through these last couple of months, and she's been a great help in my short time in this position. She's really helped us get through a tough time, and I really thank you for that. Thank you.
Dr. Stern, I know you're not stern. No, thank you for your leadership, your guidance, and everything that you did. It was a short term for you, but yet, you jumped in and you just did a fabulous job. And I really, we as a Tanana tribe, really support everybody up here, because we know it's not an easy job representing all of us, but we just have a little gift that we want to give you, and make sure that you put it in your window somewhere. And it's a reminder of some of the things that you did, on our behalf for the native village of Tanana. Made by Alicia Edwardson from Tanana and Beaver. Thank you.
So, yeah, when the same thing, once you walk through that door and sat down at the table, we were trying to push her up to the front sometimes as being the vice president. But, through these times, the unity and the gathering that we had through these months that we had to do, you brought the board together, and especially, I know we sit in the back. Sometimes we like how we have this unordinary laugh. They could probably tell between me and her that oh no, there's Charlene and Eugene in the corner somewhere laughing, and it's just something different that they tell us to kind of keep it down. But no, just by your leadership that we're here at this time of day, that it really that's what we really needed. So with that, I thank you. Yes.
I'd like to call the FNA, any FNA board members in here, and also our executive director, Steve Guinness, and also our Vajrant Kohl people, if you'd come up, anyone from that wants to come honor Dr. Shar. So, hi everyone, my name is Jessica Black, and my family's from Guachaje, but I also grew up in Ninana, Takatili, and I have the honor and privilege of working and serving with Shar. She is on our FNA board, but she's also our vice chancellor of UAF at the College of Rural Community and Native Education, which is a huge job. And I have the pleasure of working with her, and she's an amazing leader. When we were getting our PhDs, it was so funny. Our offices were right next to each other, and we were just typing so loud, trying to get done with our schooling. And we said we should just cut a hole in the middle of our walls so we could talk to each other. But she's just a dedicated leader, and I'm so proud of her, and our board is, because she walks with dignity and grace and really cares so much about each one of you. I know that for a fact. She has such a huge heart, and she speaks so loving. And I know it hasn't been easy serving as vice president, and yet she did it with grace. And I don't know how she did it, because she was also working full-time as a vice chancellor, a faculty member. And I'd also like to honor her family for, she sacrificed a lot of time, as you all do, your families. So to Byron and Grayson and her parents and all her siblings, Masi Cho, for letting her serve her people, all of you. And that's the kind of heart she has. So our board has some flowers. We have some slippers and a beadwork set made by Lynette Winfrey Frank. And we're just so proud of you, Shar. You're an amazing leader, and I know you'll continue to just do amazing things. So Masit Cho. Yeah. Oh, okay. We also wanted to take this time to recognize our new vice president, Sharon Hildebrand. We're so proud of you, Sharon. Sharon sits on our FNA board as well, and is also an amazing dynamic leader. We started serving around the same time, maybe 1 year apart. And I just love how Sharon is such a kind-hearted person. She's a really good listener and is always prepared for our meetings. So serving together alongside one another has been my great honor and privilege. And I'm excited to see your leadership on TCC. And I know we'll continue to work together as friends and colleagues and collaborators. Masi. And I have a necklace for you as well made. I have to get the artist's name, but I'll let you know. Thank you.
I just wanted to say to Charlene, thank you so much for your leadership here at Tanana Chiefs Conference. I know that it was challenging times, but I think you've done a wonderful job of chairing this meeting this week. And, you know, Will Mayo, he was jokingly telling me, when you were up here saying we will now pass out the ballots, he said in the heyday of sobriety, you would never say that. You would say we're going to distribute the ballots. So, you know, I thought that was a good little sense of humor there. And Sharon, I've worked with TCC, FNA for 13 years now. And I've had board members come and go. And I can tell you that these are the best group of people I've worked with. And they have never ever micromanaged me. They put the trust in me, the confidence in me to run the organization. And I tell you, when you have a board that functions like that, it makes your job much easier. You know, you're not fighting with your board, you're not dealing with other issues at the same time, that type of stuff. So I'm really, I've been very blessed to have had the opportunity to work at FNA. And we've done a lot of things over the time I was there. And it took all of us to do it. You know, you'll never hear me say I did this or I did that. It's my staff, my board, all working together for the common good and serving the people here in Fairbanks, as well as people from your villages. We've helped out. And so it's been really a pleasure for me. I don't know what I got. Oh, so Sharon, yeah. All right. Here's a gift for you on behalf of FNA. You know, I'm not used to giving gifts out, you know. But anyway, I don't know if our elder advisor wish to say a few words. But again, Charlene, I thank you so much. And today I told her, be careful now. People are going to be coming after you. So pick and choose wisely, I told her. Now, what I'm talking about is, I'm sure there's other boards that, you know, people would like to have her serve on. That's why I told her, pick wisely. So that's my advice to you. All right.
It's been a pleasure to be the advisor for FNA, and I have a lot of teaching to do, because when I was a young woman in the village, if us women sat together and we laughed like Tanya and Shar and all these young women, just all the heads turn over to that table over there when we hear laughter. My elders would tell us, in their language, be quiet. You don't know who's in the hall. In those days, we have to show respect to people. I try to look over there and look mean at them, but too many heads in front of me. But it's also so good to have the laughter today. It's a healing thing because we've been through a lot. So it's been a pleasure working with all these young ladies. And so, Brian, don't give them hair dye. Thank you very much.
So we have a gift on behalf of some of your fan club and the Arctic Village, Rhonda Beaver. So we want to thank you for your service. The word that comes to mind when thinking of you and your leadership is integrity. You've really led with integrity and love for your people. And we thank you for your service and the sacrifices you've made with your family. And we look forward to seeing what you're going to do in the future. And we know you're still going to be around. And you're still at the university and making great things happen up there, helping with the Yetha. I don't know how to pronounce it. Okay, so Charlene just bought an Elan. And she's sending it to Arctic Village and bragging about how she's going to get in our Elan race. And so we bought a thing to sit on to keep her butt warm. Air muffs for her to wear while she's on there. I didn't know if you guys got a gun yet, but we got you a gun. Let's see what else we got. Oh, you know, Elan, the headlight goes out, so we got our flashlight for a headlight. And then she's so, oh wait, okay, this one. This is it's called Go Girl. Don't take life sitting down. So if you need to use the restroom while you're out in the woods, it's a portable toilet. And she's also very proud. She's very proud to have won the caribou head skinning contest in Vinnytai. She's yet to win it in Arctic yet though, but she's planning to. So we got her a good skinning knife. It's an old timer with a sharpener. So thank you, Charlene. And I think Rhonda has something.
Yeah, thank you for your service for the last thank you for your service for the last 3 years. It seems like 300 now, huh? On behalf of the Village of Beaver, we're gifting you this necklace, and Auntie Arlene sent a candy for you. It's from Sophia Stevens Rusted. It's made out of caribou bones. I'd like to thank Charlene for her sacrifices during this time. She's sacrificed a lot of time with her family, including my future son-in-law, Grayson. We spent the last few years trying to work out a dowry. My girl just got more expensive though, because she's been to space camp. Thank you so much for your service, Charlene, and I'll look forward to graduating soon.
All right, well, I appreciate all of the gifts. It's been an amazing couple years, and I'm gonna try not to cry. First of all, I gotta thank God. Everything that we do and everything that we are, I was always taught is because of him. So I want to mention that today because I think that the blessings and the gifts that we receive all come from him, and this has been a gift. I also want to just thank my tribes, Arctic Village and Vinnytai, for always standing by me. You're right, I do have an Elan. Speaking of kind of retirement plans, that's my plan, is to go up and get in the Elan slalom here in the next month, and I hope to win it. I'm in it to win it. I also just want to thank all of the chiefs in this room that entrusted this position to me over the past couple of years.
I also want to thank those that, really took me under their wing. Donald Charlie, you were the first person who really recognized me when I was not even in this position. And I want to thank you for that. As a young person, that meant a lot to me. And just all the executive board members, I've really spent a lot of time with them and really appreciate all that they do. I also want to take this moment to thank all of the women chiefs, past and present. You guys are the reason that this trail widened for us. So people like Daisy Northway, people like Nancy James, and the many others, you guys have been at these tables far longer than I have. And we're here, my generation's here because of you all. So thank you so much for that. I want to thank my family, as many mentioned. My parents have been beside me for all these years and the ups and downs of it all. I really want to appreciate them. My partner, Byron, our son, my siblings, my nieces and nephews. There's been so many people over this time that have really stood beside me and really offered me up support and prayer. So I just want to thank you all. I want to thank Julie for her leadership and believing that I could be somebody to step in these shoes. And I'm so thrilled, Sharon, that you're the next vice president and we could pass the torch. I feel like we're in really good hands with the executive board that we have under President Ridley's leadership. And just really want to express how much this position has meant to me. And I will say, one of the things that I learned from a former e-board member, Nick Alexia, is to always treat the staff with respect. They do a lot on our behalf every single day. So we always need to remember that. I know, we have a lot of challenges, but the staff works so hard. And that's one thing that I hope that they have received from me is just appreciation. So with that, masit cho, and thank you very much. Thank you so much. I was teasing Brian. I said, if I get a rifle, can I get some bullets too? They're hard to come by these days. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm going to put this down because I guess I'm helping with the next presentation. So on behalf of the, go ahead.
Most of you know me, and what I was going to say was I didn't want to get up here before to congratulate and thank Frank Thompson. He's been a big inspiration to me, even though I'm a hell of a lot older than him. And I took his advice, and he's been a good board member. I'm sorry to see him go. I also want to congratulate Sharon Hildebrand, your new vice president. She's from Nolado. I'm from Nolado. That means we're taking over the e-board. I want to congratulate Charlene Stern. She's been an inspiration to the board for the last several years. It's going to be hard to replace her, but I know Sharon can fill her shoes well enough. I'm going to miss Frank Thompson, and I'm going to miss you too, Charlene. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Peter. Okay, at this time, Sharon, our new vice president, would you step forward, please?
Before you do that, could I make a comment?
Yes, please, go ahead, Chief.
I think, I guess the elder of the e-board, but I will miss that laughter from the heart there, Dr. Charlene Stern. It's always a pleasure to say Dr. Charlene Stern, because you have been an inspiration, and you have really showed me a lot of patience in leadership. In leadership, you look out at the goals and characters. And I'm pretty sure that you're a role model. You are a role model as a professor. And you do it very well with integrity. And you will be missed, especially with that laughter and talking with chin. But wherever you go, you were there at the right time when you were needed. And just by this convention coming out, just with all the issues, I really appreciate it. And thank you very much. And wherever you lead, I know that path will be lit and you will follow. And God leads us in those. Thank you very much.
Masicho, Chief.
Hi, I just wanted to say that last year as a new member, I had plans on taking it easy and sitting back and learning from the e-board reps that was there before us. Well, due to unforeseen circumstances, we kind of hit the ground running. Being new members, Joe, Charlie, and myself, we found ourselves in a situation where we had to think fast, move fast, and without the board's support and everything, it would have been tough. Without the leadership that we had, looking up to Nancy James and everyone else on the board, they made it a lot easier for us than it could have been. And I just wanted to say that I'm very thankful for that. But Charlene, she has a way about her. You know, she's always laughing, smiling, and brings up your spirit. She's also very loving and caring. Plus, she's a stern. She can be tough when she has to be. And I just want to say I appreciate everything about you. I'm going to miss you. Thanks.
Like you said, we're new, but in 1 year, Charlene has been more than a leader. She's been a friend, a mentor, and a true leader. And we're going to miss you. You've been the glue that kept us together. Really appreciate your time. Thank you very much, Charlene.
Thank you, guys.
Charlene. can I
Yeah,
say
go
something
ahead, Chief
first?
Bobby.
Hi, I just want to, from the Native Village of Eagle, I'd like to thank you so much for your leadership. You're an inspiration to all of us women with your education and your PhD. It really makes us all want to strive to be better and advance our knowledge. You have been the glue that has kept us together, and you really made us believe in hope and stuff this last year. So thank you so much for your leadership.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate all of that. One of the things I did want to say before I turn things over is probably one of the greatest lessons that I learned in this time is that if you're going to have faith, you have no business in having a small faith. I've learned that you really have to put your faith in God, in our people, in the right thing. And I just think that carries you far. I was telling our staff, you know, so much work goes into planning convention, and you can plan and prepare all you want, but it's prayer that's going to take you through. So I really believe that, and just want to thank you all again. All right, so the moment has come, and we're going to recognize our new Vice President, Sharon Hildebrand. We have a blanket for you, as is customary. It's my honor to put this chief's necklace on you. Before we have Sharon give her speech, I'd like to invite the members of her community, Nulato, to come and sing a song for our new Vice President.
While they're coming up, I just want to say thank you to Charlene, Dr. Stern. While I was thinking about putting my name in, I thought a lot about Charlene's leadership style because I've worked with her on the board for Fairbanks Native Association. And Charlene has a leadership style. She doesn't demand of people. She has a quiet leadership style. She has that laughter. And she has respect for people. And she's always been a good friend. I've seen her at sub-regional meetings. People have always gravitated towards her in the village. And I've seen my own village become instantly friends with her. And like we all are, we have our native humor when we're amongst one another. We all laugh. We have that native humor. It's always good. I want to say that Dr. Stern I have some big feet, but I think her shoes are very big shoes to fill. And I honor and respect you, but I also honor and respect the choice you chose for your people, for the young people that you're investing in, our next generation. Masi.
Okay, Tristan. Yeah, sure. Might as well. I'll give somebody my spot.
We just have a small gift, Sharon, to welcome you to the executive board. It's a sun catcher made by Alicia Edwardson, and to remind you that dreams do come true, and that we hope that you capture all of our dreams every single day as you work on behalf of all of our people. Nabasi.
We're just gonna congratulate Sharon by singing a song from home. You're all more than welcome to stand up and dance. This is the first Indian song gonna be sung at this convention this year. Cripe sakes.
Okay, really quick. The meaning of that song is Ina means my mother. And what the maker of the song was trying to explain how much he loved his mother in all the different languages of the different clans was what he was trying to say.
I don't know where Dr. Stern went, but I also want to thank my tribe of Nulato and also Tanana and everyone that supported me. It takes everyone. It doesn't take just one person to step up here in leadership. It takes everyone. I felt all of your support in stepping forward. Like Dr. Stern said, it takes faith. And I felt that deep love. I prayed a lot before I got here today. I prayed a lot to ancestors that came before me, because we come from powerful people. I recognize that. And I thank our elders. Masi.
Back to you.
Yeah, I guess. Gee, I thought I was done. I started walking up. It is my privilege and honor at this time to recognize our president, Brian Ridley. Brian, as I mentioned earlier, do you want to grab my kids and stuff? Yeah. As I mentioned earlier, he's been with TCC for a long time. You all know that. And he's given a lot. And just since December, he's taken on a lot of additional responsibilities. And we thank you for that, Brian. And we look forward to you continuing to serve us in this capacity as the president for the next year. It's a big sacrifice. Thank you for putting yourself forward. And we have a new Chiefs necklace for you on behalf of Tanana Chiefs Conference and all of our tribes. Let's recognize our president, Brian Ridley.
Well, it's hard not to get choked up here again. Like I said, I'll be the president for all of us, and I'll work very hard for everybody to get us back to what we once were. I'll work hard for you. The one thing I did forget earlier was to thank all those that ran for president. It's not easy, and I really respect all those that ran. And I tried hard in all the different speeches to not campaign because I didn't want anyone to think I was campaigning on company time or anything like that. So I just want to thank all the other people that ran. Thank you.
Hi, so my name is Karma Alvey. I'm the chief of Eagle, and on behalf of the native village of Eagle, we're so proud of you, Brian. He's my cousin. Our moms are sisters. I had something made for you, but it's not quite ready yet. So, but we love him very much. We're so proud of him. He's honest, hardworking, intelligent, compassionate, and we're so excited that he's going to be the president for another year. So we love you, Brian.
Congratulate Brian and the rest of you guys. Second chief. Name is Ben Junby from Eagle. I'm also the second chief of Eagle. Like that. That's all you get. Shot a lot of moose and bow and arrows out here. Try to get one of these.
Thank you.
On behalf of the Tanana tribe, we have a chief necklace we'd like to present to Brian.
Thank you, Brian. I know you're going to do a heck of a job. I won't swear. It's Lent.
Steve and I, are there any other past presidents in the room? I wanted to come up as a past president and Steve and I, and to pass on a blessing to Brian. And we'd like to say a prayer over him. And so that his leadership will shine brighter than all the leadership that went before him, because that's what makes us proud and that's what makes us strong. And we just wish for him a very successful term here. And Steve and I wanted to say a prayer over him to pass on a blessing, because this is the way that our people are. And in our Koyukon language, there's a couple of different dialects. One word that is used for the Father in heaven is Pitohodita. And downriver and up the Kaikuk, they say Pitohoditaya. But it means the one that we depend on. And Bitohoditaya Bidana, that means the son of the one that we depend on. So in Hebrew, his name was Yeshua. In English, it's Jesus. But it's an old name for our people. And I wanted to just pass on this blessing. But Brian, I wanted to first give you this gift. You can show it. My wife said, if it's not the right size, she can fit it for you. But we wanted to pass on this gift to you. And so without any further delay, Steve, if we could just put our hands on him. If you would just join me as we lift up our leader and ask God's blessing and hand upon him. Father, we bless our brother. And I include Sharon as well in her new role. But this is for our president, chief. Father, we pray for him. We pass on our blessing to him. We pass on all of our best wishes and hopes and dreams, that as he takes the trail of leadership, that you would guide his footsteps, that you would make the trail smooth for him. Father, that you would prepare the trail for him so that his foot does not stumble, that his opponents will not prevail over him, that he will, wherever there is a barrier, that you will help him to leap over or go through. Father, that you would bless upon him with wisdom that comes from above, that will, in the moment that it is needed, you will give him a special knowledge about the situation so that he'll speak words that will bring clarity for everyone in the room. And we pray that you would, in the moment that it is needed, that the special wisdom would be downloaded into his heart so that he can make judgments that are correct and that are supernatural, that will bring resolution to even the most difficult problems. We ask that you prepare the way before him. And we pray this blessing over him, and we stand with him as former leaders in this position. It is a load upon the shoulders that is unlike any other, and it is a welcome burden to carry because it comes from love in the heart. So we pray for Brian Ridley and his family. You'll keep his family safe and strong and healthy too. And we ask this in the name of Yeshua, Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen. Amen, Brian. If you were gonna.
Can we bring the lawyers up to do the oath of office? Yeah, so Lori and Sharon and Brian, Robin's going to be doing the oath of office now for all of the new officers and members.
And myself?
Yes, as well. Thank you. So I will do President Ridley first. So President Ridley, if you could please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that you will faithfully discharge your duties as President of Tanana Chiefs Conference to the best of your abilities?
Yes.
Thank you. Congratulations, President Ridley. And if you could sign right there.
You paperwork too?
Yes. Thank you. Vice President Hildebrand, if you could please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that you will faithfully discharge your duties as Vice President of Tanana Chiefs Conference to the best of your abilities?
Yes, I do.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
If you could please sign there as well. And if Director Lori Baker and Director Nancy?
Yes.
If you could please stand and raise your right arm. Do you both swear to or affirm that you will faithfully discharge your duties as both Yukon Tanana as well as Yukon Flats Executive Board of Directors of Tanana Chiefs Conference to the best of your abilities?
Yes.
Thank you. Congratulations. And look if you can find this one. And Director James, we will bring you the form later today. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'd just like to thank or welcome the new board members, vice president and stuff. And I left my agenda over there and, you know, we gave Frank his rifle and I see them put another blanket, necklace and rifle. And I look at Brian, you quit already? But I just like to welcome the two board members, new board members and the new president for the next year. And we still got a lot of hard work ahead of us. So I think all the respective chiefs out there need to wish us luck because, you know, we're still not healthy yet as a company and we need to get there. So thank you and welcome on board, everybody.
I think we're prepared to adjourn the meeting. Do I hear a motion to adjourn? Moved by Pat, second. Second it over here. Question, all in favor, say aye.